right, here we go, JoJo. All right. I start off every episode by saying all right, and I didn't realize it until last one. So
you just need to cut up every episode. All right.
Supercut.
Yeah.
All right, supercut.
Yeah.
That video would be less than all right. That wouldn't do well. So episode 10 already. So Biteworthy is, again, I say it every time, a phrase that I'm trying to get caught on, that hopefully people catches fire, but
you need merch. Shirts that says Biteworthy, like a food and a mic or something.
And a lot of stuff is happening. I figured I would just get content out there and stuff, but biting material is not something that we do. It means you're stealing jokes, stealing material, stealing mannerism, style. But Biteworthy comics are comedians that are good enough that you want to steal from, or you wish that you had their joke. So this comedian number 10, episode 10. I met this guy not too long ago, but we hit it off right off the bat. JoJo White.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? Good to be here.
Yeah,
Ryan makes me feel special.
Yeah, I try.
He's taking me out to dinner.
Yeah, luckily, and this is how dynamic and how we have to call audibles. Your favorite place is not even here. It's just technically down where we couldn't make it in our schedule. So.
A whole thing, and just being broke comics, and because I was gonna have you take me to Burns, honestly. So I was like,
Christian the other day is like, I'll take you. I'll have you take me to STK. I was like, oh god, yeah, that sounds expensive.
Yeah, if I would have known you was paying, we would have done it. I'd have dressed in like a bow tie and a.
Well, I thought about it, and I'm probably going to have people return episode for another season or a comeback episode. So next time we'll
like you can see the progression of people, like where they are, talk about it, and then where you're at in a year.
That's kind of the plan. Maybe a year, 2, 6 months, whatever happens. If there's a big event or if someone has a big promotion, blah blah blah.
Right,
so
sweet.
I'm going to ask you. So I only know of 2 other JoJos in life. So there's one with Casey and JoJo, that's the main one.
Okay.
And then in Tommy Boy, when Tommy Callahan refers to JoJo, the Indian circus boy, with a pretty new pet in one scene. Have you met any other JoJos?
Not really, but you have JoJo Siwa.
JoJo Siwa. I forgot about that one. Is that the girl with the bow?
The girl with the bow and the pony. She's like
bazillionaire.
She's like 25, but dresses like she's 12.
Wow.
Yeah, that girl. And then there's.
She's 25.
She's older.
Older.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not
she's 25.
However she's portrayed. Like smoking cigarettes. Hey guys.
Yeah, I know. Then she goes out. She's like JoJo Siwa.
Oh man.
And then there's a JoJo. There's a JoJo. Is it JoJo White? JoJo White, who is a Boston, excuse me if the last name's wrong, but I do believe it's JoJo White. He's a Boston Celtics player back in the 80s and stuff.
Oh, no way.
And
okay. So there's a couple floating around.
There's a couple, but I don't think there's any like comedian judge besides JoJo Dancer, which was a movie based on a comedian. I think Richard Pryor, maybe.
No way.
Maybe somebody. It's back in the day.
But so you're just kind of one of a kind right now.
Yeah, I'm just spitting facts, and you just have to believe it. But I'm the only JoJo stand-up comedian.
Okay, I believe that because I have not seen or heard of another one. Okay, good. So I was gonna say we're at Five Guys, which is where we're gonna go, but we called an audible, but we're at Vinny's Pizza, and we go to your favorite place. We had to call an audible quickly. Schedules. Are you able to do the same thing in comedy, where like thinking on your feet, where stuff doesn't go right, like a joke or an audience member messes up your timing, anything like that?
Yeah. That's the importance of like crowd work, and that's what I've been like with these 5-minute mics and stuff, Laughing Skull. Yeah. Like I'm just like I'll go up there and like I know my material and I can do those at shows and work on it there, but like my focus is crowd work because it's like it's a muscle, and I'm just trying to sharpen that muscle as sharp as possible.
That's wise, man.
And actually, my last time at the Skull, I had that video. I sent it to a friend. Oh, here it is.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, sausage.
I got the sausage.
He
got
likes the meat,
pepperoni.
and I like. Thank you.
You like the other meat.
Thank you.
Take you down with me.
Appreciate
Thank you so much.
And so I sent that video to a buddy of mine, just like look at it, and he was like, "Do you know those people?" And I was like, "No." It's all it's all freestyle, all like crowd work. He was like, "Wow, I would have never known." Just the connection.
That's a compliment. That's a good compliment.
Yeah. So
that's definitely.
So audibles are definitely. I think I'm pretty prepared for most audibles. Unless someone comes up and smacks me on the stage.
Right. is happening nowadays.
I know. It's like,
T.I., you got Will Smith. I talked to Christian about it and a lot of other comics, and I was like, what's going to happen next? What is Oprah going to come and drop kick someone?
Bro.
That's what I use, and we went into a different conversation. But yeah, I don't really do as much crowd work. I wish I was apt to quick thinking and doing. I haven't had that many opportunities because luckily I write crowd work into my set, because if I don't write it, I don't memorize it. And if I don't memorize it, I don't say it. So if I memorize like improvisation, then I'll go ahead and do that at that time. That's how my brain works. I don't know.
If you don't have it, you gotta learn it. Like, cause I wasn't always like decent at crowd work. Someone would say something and I'm like, I don't know. So I forgot my set. And, oh
man, this is embarrassing, but hey, this, that, and the other.
So it was like, man, I don't want that to happen again. But also, I like crowd work because it brings people closer. It makes us feel like we know each other. And that's the key in comedy, especially like coming up and like no one knows who you are.
Very true.
So we don't have that following or that recognition, so we have to work a little bit harder. And once they get to know us and feel like they know us on a personal level, then the laughs, I feel like, generate a little bit easier.
That's a good point. Letting someone get to know you, because my comedy teacher said that comedy is a conversation, not a presentation. So if you're riffing and talking and, sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't have enough time to do this joke now. Let's go in on this. I guess I'll practice more maybe tonight, because I'm about to be doing the skull here in a moment.
Man. Like, you just have to set yourself up. Like, I'm going to do crowd work. Just think of questions that you would ask somebody.
Actually, I have that tonight. I actually have 2 of those tonight, so you'll see it. Trust me, I clip everything in ProSid and stuff. So you work pretty clean in comedy, but you're suggestive, but you don't say it. I do that. I like that. That's one thing I like to do, because working clean is, I think, a little tougher. Like, I work that way and try not to get too filthy. Without saying the thing.
It's harder. It's so much harder.
I was about you answer my question. So people say it's harder. Do you find it harder to work clean? And like, what's the cleanest you've done? Have you done what's considered Mormon clean? Have you done that?
I haven't done Mormon clean.
Like dry bar clean?
I would say I could do dry bar clean.
Yeah, I could. I haven't written dry, like squeaky clean material, because boy, the city is a different animal.
It is, and it's hard going into bars and certain different venues where it's like you're presenting clean.
Yeah.
When every comic on the lineup is like F-bomb, B-bomb, this bomb.
Yeah.
And like clean is so much harder because we don't use cuss words as punchlines.
Yeah.
If I was to cuss, I'd be on another level as a comic. I know I would. Like it is what it is.
It's a different animal.
It forces me to think differently, to set up differently, to
use
find
your vocab, all that stuff.
Exactly.
Because and sometimes when you do drop like the word shit or damn or ass, it's much more effective.
Because they know that word and how it impacts.
Yeah. He's plus that guy never curses. Like, he's never done that. And if I were to be like, oh man, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
That's a big moment. Whereas that's timid for someone else. But let me ask you, on this flip side to that coin, what's your dirtiest joke? I've never asked a clean comic what his filthiest joke is. So I'm curious to see.
Do I have a dirty joke? I mean, I've said things.
You have to. All right, give me a snippet of like not clean JoJo moment. 'Cause I want to know.
It was in the beginning. I was like trying to find myself, and I was like, the hardest thing about being biracial is not knowing what size your pepperoni is going to be.
Okay.
And
that's
I'm
a good
like,
premise.
is it going to be a magic stick or a Thor hammer? And so then I would go off into that. But like, that's when I was first starting out, but I was like, that's not really me. So I
get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
I feel like working clean opens up a bigger door of opportunities.
It does.
Whether it's TV, whether it's a lot of headliners, corporate gigs.
Yeah.
A lot of headliners want their features to do clean.
It's very true.
For the most part.
Yeah, because you don't know who's going to be in the audience, and it takes one bad set to ruin that clean work you've done. That I get that. Yeah. So you bring up you just talked about being white and black. So you're mixed white and black. I have a cousin who's the same. You know, very
verified on 23andMe.
We haven't seen it, but you saw his skin color. Yeah, he's coffee with a lot of cream. So
yeah.
He's that type. But have you experienced, like, that's kind of a heavy question. Have you experienced being too black for the white kids or too white for the black kids? Or like, because I'm on one side of that coin.
Yeah.
It's just heads for me or tails for me. So either way, I assume either you don't fit in anywhere, or you're just universally accepted. Which way does it tend to go?
I mean, it's both. Like,
you do experience both?
Yeah, I experience both areas of it. And like, you know, I'm not accepted by this side or the other side, but also I'm accepted by everybody as well. Yeah. And I love it because I feel like that's what makes me unique as a comic. You know, I can talk about anything, and I can't be canceled. How you gonna cancel me?
Right on. Right on.
I did a college show in Tennessee one time, and somebody was like, "That's racist," and I was like, how am I gonna hate myself?
Yeah.
Which side am I hating on? The white side or my black side? Like,
I'm both like the oppressor and the victim.
Exactly. Like, I can't hate myself.
Okay.
So
The
yeah.
perks of being both white and black.
Yeah, and like, I've experienced things on both sides. Like, it's great because, you know, I've been to a Caucasian cookout. Yeah. And that's my family and stuff, and I've experienced.
They're not as good. They're not as good.
You know, not a lot of flavor. And then I've been to the black side of my family and that cookout, so I get to experience both worlds,
good
and I get to just like intertwine everything, all my thoughts and stuff. So I'm like, that's what makes me unique.
I've had. Let me tell you, I've been to white church. It's nice, but I've been to black church.
Yeah.
Fun and nice.
Exactly. Like,
it was like a Kirk Franklin concert. He wasn't there.
Exactly.
It was awesome.
Every service, and they're like 25 hours.
I stomped. I stomped.
Yeah. White church is like jump rope. Black church is like double dutch.
Double dutch is way better.
You got to get a rhythm to get in there.
Jump in.
Yeah.
And you just jump in. Just wait for your right time and jump in.
Exactly. And then if you mess up, be like, boom, you suck.
So let me. I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you relate more with black comics or white comics, or like black comedy and white comedy? I don't think there's such thing as white comedy per se or black comedy per se, but like the Def Jam versus like the Dry Bar more.
They're different. There's different wants in both groups. Like
subsects.
Yeah, like in you know, generally like in with comedy, it's like Def Jam, where, you know, it's you know, audience is predominantly black. Like, they want your stuff to be boom, 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 just in their face, as opposed to if it's predominantly like Caucasian, they'll let you do a story. They'll let you break it down. They'll let you set it up and
so it's more the energy of each type of comedy. There's
it's a rhythm. It's a different rhythm. It's like
much like the music.
Yeah, Little John and the East Side Boys over here, and, you know, I don't know, Billy Idol or Billy Joel over here.
Whatever white Billy's going on.
Yeah, whichever Billy's going on. Fleetwood Mac, whoever you want to throw in, insert. So it's very true. It's a rhythm. They're just different rhythms and stuff. But, like, you know, you look at a Dave Chappelle, it's like, that's the audience that I want. They're just integrated. They're a mixture. It's a melting pot.
And that's finding the universal in comedy is what we often do. Can we all relate to this? Because I heard there was someone who made a joke. I can't remember whose joke it was. I think it was Gilbert's, who made a joke that said, like, why does everybody have a friend that everybody hates? Like, oh man, that guy sucks. Oh, that's just Frank or whatever his name is.
I've heard that one.
Well, maybe Frank sucks. Maybe you shouldn't be Frank's friend. I'm like, oh, that's so relatable, because I thought of a friend. You know who you are. If I thought of a friend that was like, oh man, it's true. Like, why do we tolerate that guy at times? It's like, oh, I don't know. But it was so relatable, and finding the universal is so good. It's so funny. That's where humor is. So, you've lived in. So we've been to Lightning Round together.
Okay.
And you grew up in Tennessee, you've lived in Florida, and now we're in Georgia, right?
You've done your research, man.
Yeah, I'm a good interviewer, I think.
Yeah.
So we're going to lightning round this. Okay. And so with those three answers, Tennessee, Florida, Georgia, I'm going to give you a lightning round of food. Okay. Right? And first thing that comes in mind, you say it. Okay. Best pizza.
Tennessee.
Best sushi.
I don't eat sushi.
Catfish.
Oh, Georgia.
Oh, gook. Okay.
Yeah.
Hot chicken.
I don't eat hot chicken.
Oh man, steakhouse.
No, Tennessee.
Best place to drink.
Kool-Aid, Tennessee. In my kitchen, wherever I'm at.
All right, that's enough. I won't grill you too hard.
Yeah.
So it seems like Tennessee's like your place to.
Yeah, they have
a lot.
They have a lot,
Nashville,
man.
You got the country. You got the hills. You got you got places to ski. You have everything there.
Yeah, pretty much everything. I love. Yeah, I love. It's great. It's a great escape. I'm getting to the point now where I'm just so busy between stand-up, sketch, producing, nonstop, where when I go back home, it's like it slows down and it's like a breather and it's like a mental. I'm big on mental health. And so it's really good to be out in nature. I do a lot of white people stuff, like go hiking and stuff. And so like
you're half white. I mean, 50% of you is gonna like hiking, and the other 50% can't swim.
Exactly.
Right?
But the other half, I always keep my Glock on me. So it's a whole thing. You gotta keep safe.
Hey, black people going camping and taking a hike, a Glock and a walk.
Glock. Dude, that's the whole series, a Glock and a walk.
A Glock and a walk. You got your channel now.
Yeah, just got a little GoPro and a Glock and a walk, and here we are. Yeah, so Tennessee's like it, but
it's pretty good state. I've been to Tennessee quite a bit, and then I've been to North Carolina. I like going to North Carolina.
Asheville.
Asheville's cool, man.
Asheville's beautiful.
It's super awesome, and I like to go skiing up in Sugar Mountain, and I'm going to go. I'm going to go to beach soon. I
used to go snowboarding at Beach Mountain. I love Beach Mountain.
How was beach?
So I went in a time when it was very icy.
Oh, that sucks.
So I've done a really icy time. I've been in some other times where, like, to me, it was fun. It actually snowed a bit. So I've been up there probably like 5 times and stuff. So I enjoy it, man. I haven't been in a year or two.
So you're a snowboarder, not a skier. I'm a skier. I have low center of gravity, and I'm okay with it.
He's a skier, y'all.
Yeah, fancy. Not you loser stoners on snowboards. One guy was. I mean, I last time I was there. Super stoner snowboarder just outside the lodge, just sparking the doob, and I was like,
dude, man.
Oh man, I was like, oh, weed's legal. He goes, no, it's not. I was like, oh, okay,
I'm a snowboarder.
For me. But he was just blatant with it. But
nah, that's cool, man.
I will say snowboarders are cooler than skiers. It's not quite as bad as like rollerbladers versus skateboarders.
Not too bad, because there's some dope rollerbladers, and so they're
it's
pretty
like
cool.
Probably 3 ever.
Yeah, they all have dreads.
But yeah, they all have dreads, and they're all white guys with dreads, and it never grew out of that 7th grade phase. But I mean, skateboarding is beyond cooler than rollerblades.
For sure.
I would say snowboarding is a lot cooler than skiing, but it's like it's close. You can at least carve and jump and stuff.
Well, have fun at Beach Mountain, man.
I'm gonna do that next time, and so I'm gonna leave. We're gonna leave with this because I got to get to my set and eat. So rattle off a couple bite-worthy either comedians, jokes, both that are either are local, that we don't know of, or famous, or a mixture. Just kind of pull. I hate repeating my phrases, but pull back the curtain a little bit on what you think is bite-worthy in terms of like a joke or a comedian.
Oh my goys, I'm horrible at telling other people's jokes, so I don't. All right, I never do it any justice because I'm the worst.
But like if you have if you like, oh, that buddy does a bit about a remote control. Or,
give me my homie JoJo. I'm gonna butcher your name. I'm sorry, Casillas. I may have hit that on the head actually. JoJo Casillas. He actually is in Tennessee, and he has a LL Cool J bit. I absolutely love about him and his brother and his mom making them sing it in front of like friends that come over. Like one of my favorite bits, man, and that's my home. That's the other JoJo. That's a comedian, actually.
No joke. There is one. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm
bringing it to mind. I got
exactly. So that's one of my favorite bits that he does, and obviously like, I'm John Mulaney, and just there's so.
Mulaney. I think Mulaney has the second funniest story that I think I've ever heard.
Is that the kids and the party downstairs in the basement?
No, the fuck duh police. Yeah, no,
yeah.
No, that's a good bit, but I think his salt and pepper diner bit is one of the funniest.
Hey there, pussycat. That's the first bit I ever heard, and I was like, I love this guy.
So funny.
I love this guy, and I've followed him ever since. And then you got your Tom Segura's, man. Golly.
I'm going to see him in May.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's coming up in May. Shout out Your Mom's House podcast.
Yeah.
But god dang, he's a killer. He has his joke about mental illness, mental handicaps are not, they're never funny. He goes, but they're sometimes funny. And he goes into...
you got to hear the bit, y'all.
Yeah.
We're not laughing at... Listen, I was in special ed as a kid, so I feel like I can laugh at it. So.
He goes, I'm a third black, I'm a third white, I'm a third retarded.
Listen, I was in there.
He goes in that bit, and the teacher doesn't know this guy has Tourette's, and
yes,
so good.
The substitute teacher. Yeah. Golly.
Oh, that's Kevin. Why are you crying?
I love comedy, man. Like it's the best.
It's like a warm hug every time you hear a good joke. But the funniest story, and I will stick to this to the day I die, or unless I hear a funnier one. Is Sean Patton's The Cumin Story. Let me tell you, I come close to pissing my pants. I was driving in the truck when I was listening to it a couple times, and I almost legit just pissed all over myself because I've heard it multiple times. It's a story. It was on an episode of Comedy Central's This Is Not Happening, and that's a show. If you haven't seen it, is a show where comedians tell true stories, and they're insane stories. And so in short, he moves in with the guy, and he makes an offhanded joke. He's like, hey, I found a jar of cumin. He goes, but he just said cumin. He goes, and the roommate got super pissed off. He goes, hey, you don't say it. You say it right. He goes, oh, what do we have here?
Yeah.
And so he goes in, tortures the guy by saying cumin, and then he gets pissed off, and then it's like there's involves masturbation, and then he said the guy knocks on the door, and he says, come in, and it's just like this super funny, crazy, coincidental
wordplay within it.
It's layers because it's stupid, and then he goes off on a tangent on how he's from Louisiana, but everybody thinks he should be like, oh no, Dale Gato, but the stereotypical crawdad. What are you doing? All his belly full of crawdads. Hold on. And so he explains a Louisiana accent. It's a brilliant, brilliant story, and I've heard it so many times, and I'll never stop saying that. That's number one until I hear a funnier one. So that's like Biteworthy, pinnacle for me. So I wish I had a story that is that funny. The funniest story that I can probably work up and work on is there's a time I had sex with a giant, and I have yet to put it into a bit. So maybe one day,
dude.
Yeah,
can't wait to hear that.
That's my cumin story. Yeah, I'll tell you after the cameras roll, but it's good. But that's pretty much it. We're gonna wrap up. Keep it nice and simple. Don't let your spice get too cold. Man. And you eat cold pizza?
Yeah, I eat pizza whenever, dude. Shoot, let me plug some shows real quick in case anybody.
Promote anything you want to promote. If there are any shows that you got going on, this will be actually released Sunday. So this is Sunday. Okay. For people who are watching and when it's released. So any shows after that, what you got going on?
Yeah, so they won't hear St. Louis until after St. Louis. I'll be in Dahlonega for a show. I'll be at the Dancing Skull. You can find all that on my Instagram, JoJo White Comedy. But I'll be down in Tampa. I'll be down in Daytona.
He's all around.
LA. So I'm always updating my list. So just look at my Instagram. But if y'all are there, here or there, hit me up and come out and see it, man. We have a good time.
Yeah, I'll post your shows. Try and get people down there.
Bruh. Sorry, bruh. Sometimes it comes out.
That's my white shows, my black shows.
Yeah, all together, dude. You're gonna see best of both worlds inside of me. Like it's like schizophrenia. It's just two people, 2 shows in one.
Yeah, boom.
Yeah.
Double.
Thug.
You don't get double the time though. That sucks.
I don't.
That sucks.
So I just got to keep on giving it to you.
Twice as fast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. I appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you for having me
You're
on,
the
dude.
man.
I appreciate
My pleasure.
it. I'm eating my pizza.
Eat it.